Hey everybody!
Hey everybody! Summertime.
The summertime.
Won't you sit back and unwind? Summertime.
The summertime.
Yeah, we're gonna sit down and unwind.
At the Troisieme.
Yeah, Troisieme.
Troisieme.
We are hydrating ourselves.
Is that how you hydrate yourself with coffee? I support that.
Yeah. Hydrating ourselves at the Troisieme.
Troisieme.
You gotta have a little spit in there. This is a new cafe on Concord Ave, 211 Concord Ave, right across the street from the Done Right Cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. I love
really
it.
is.
And they have everything that we like.
Yeah.
Sweets, treats, and coffee.
So I already had, you might have seen the video that we already posted earlier today, but I already had my double shot of espresso. The espresso is right. I'm very much a snot about that kind of stuff.
Very much.
It's
he
right.
scares people when he orders it. That's how.
And there was
intense
no
it is.
fear when I ordered here. And I had a little bacon, egg, and cheese sort of like
a
croissant
croissant
roll.
thing.
It was actually really good. I never had anything like
He
it.
didn't even offer me.
No, I'm a stingy SOB. And she
And
got
I gave
that.
him a piece of my chocolate cinnamon something muffin. Let me tell you something, baby.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ooh,
Oh, you slipping. You
I'm
feeding the ants.
wasting. They're gonna eat good. I tell you
Real
what.
good.
Really
We gotta
good.
find out who makes their baked goods because they're consistently really fresh and really tasty. So yeah.
Welcome to your afternoon sip of local news, what's happening in real world. Yes. I am Nadj Nicole, official. I am the Special Project Assistant with the City of Wilmington Cultural Affairs Office. Woo woo!
Yep. My name is J Street Jr. I'm your singer, songwriter, youth advocate, artivist, and we'll leave it there. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah. Make sure you listen to the replay of this show on Thursdays on WJBSradio.com, Delaware's own grown folks music station. Today, what are we talking about? We're talking about
lot.
doing drugs with your mom. The fight for what's right continues. See how I did that?
Well done.
Okay. And the fireworks, baby.
Yeah.
Wild moments. I just want everyone to know.
We're gonna go. Okay, go ahead.
I want everyone to know. Pinned right here, we are marked safe from the torrential downpour and tornado warning
Yeah.
that happened yesterday.
So give your experience of it.
I was minding my own light-skinned business. And next thing I know, as I'm looking up to the heavens, asking God to continue to bless me, I
Dear
get an
God.
alert. Dear God. Asking God to keep me blessed. I got an alert on my cellular device that said, oh, baby, there's a tornado coming. You need to take shelter. And you know what I did? I went and got a blanket, turned off all the lights, put on a TV show, and got on my couch with my husband. And that was it. Go ahead.
So I needed to run
Wait,
out.
but Jay's family,
Listen, my wife thorough.
listen,
She thorough.
I'm going there when the zombies come.
Listen, we got all the things. So I needed to run out to grab some stuff for my wife's Jeep and for my motorcycle. And I said, while I'm out, since the sun is shining at 7:30, I'm going to try to get a couple of sunset, golden hour sunset shots.
That was a good picture you posted, by the way.
Thank you. So I, did what I needed to do in terms of buying stuff at Home Depot, and I took myself up to take my pictures. So I go up to Brandywine Creek State Park, and I get up my camera, and everything is looking fine. Like I see a little bit of clouds, but like it's also this beautiful sort of mix of there's like this, you could see the sun setting, but it had this haze over it, and you could see the clouds coming in, but I was like, fine. So I pull up my camera. And literally, as I'm taking off the lens cap and trying to get my basic settings in, I hear, and I'm like, oh man, well, I hope, it takes like a couple of, minutes, maybe 15 minutes or so to roll in. And literally, as I pick up my camera and begin to start to try and take a picture, on my phone, I hear the tornado alert come on.
Oh.
And immediately,
He pooped.
small, raindrops starts falling on my head. So I'm like, click. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an alert. What's going on? Let me try to get one more shot. Click. Packed my stuff, ran off, and I checked my messages, and I see the thread, like the tornado alert is coming. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I gotta fly home. You know, hopefully everybody's fine. I'm sure they are, but I hope they are. I walk in the house.
They had their heads wrapped in tinfoil just in case.
I walked in my house, because this is bedtime. It's quiet upstairs, and it's normally not at 8 o'clock. There's nobody on the first floor, and I walk into the basement, and my whole family is down in the basement. They're sitting on a gym mat, and they are ready to weather the tornado. You know what I'm saying?
Was there
and
a
I'm
granola
looking,
bar?
I
granola
don't
bars?
know, but like, I mean, I pulled up and it was bad out, but it wasn't like, holy crap, I almost lost my life bad. You know what I'm saying? So I walked downstairs and I'm like, oh my gosh. My wife's like, it was a tornado alert, and what we do in a tornado alert is the following. And she had everybody ready for it, which I appreciate and love, but it was also hysterical. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, all right, glad you guys are down here. I'm gonna go back upstairs and get a couple of things and just, you know, look around, and
Jay
everything
had to
was
go
fine.
get his gun.
But my guns are in the basement too, so it's fine.
He had to get his gun just in case the tornado pulled up, and he was like,
Right. I'm gonna shoot the tornado away for sure.
So let us know how you prepared for that treacherous tornado that came through.
But I'm glad everyone is safe
I'm
as
glad
far as I
everyone's
understand.
good.
Because if it was a real disastrous event, we wouldn't be
Right.
making fun of it. But,
Right.
you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
flowers. I want to give two.
No! I'm taking over right quick. I have
What in
one set of flowers to give this week. And my flowers this week go to Nadj and Nicole. Number one, you already heard that she made her announcement about being official with the city. But I was able to see over, you know, really the past few months, and really specifically over Jazz Fest, the work that she put in to get things done. I'm not going to go into her whole story because she don't want that. But I will say that from the start of Nadj and Jay to the point where she is now is a far cry in terms of her ability. The abilities were always there, but to see her struggle in one situation and absolutely fly like the eagle in Miss Kim's story for the city is really cool. So flowers to you, to coming a long way and to arriving at a certain place that I know is going to be just the beginning for you and your family, and hopefully for Nadj and Jay too. So shout out to you for growth, because everybody doesn't have the capacity. We talk about it, but she grew in all of the good ways, and you deserve flowers for it. Yeah. So, who are your flowers for?
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Meanie, meanie.
That's good. Thanks. Two birthday shout outs. Intikana
Intikana.
and Maya Belado.
Only the realest feel this.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
We're just gonna do
Maybe.
it. One line.
Okay.
Happy
I want to sing. How do you think Maya would sing Happy Birthday?
Birthday to you.
No.
Happy birthday
Ew.
to you.
I'm uncomfortable.
Happy birthday,
Maya,
dear Maya.
that's enough.
Happy sugar
And Intikana would be like, Happy born day, my people.
And I feel like it should be behind him, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna stop there because you already know I could go off. So happy birthday to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to Babe Styling Studios and Resh, they are merging.
Talk to everyone about that, because
So
I don't
they are
really
both-
understand. Who
they're-
are they?
They're
Who
brothers, and have done business together before. They have hair salons, and they are now collaborating and merging into one. I actually got to speak with the Resh owners today, and they were really excited about that.
So Resh does what?
Both of them are hairstylists.
They're two hairstylists who have combined to
Yes.
make one
Two
giant
hair salons.
Two giant
Yes.
salons that have combined to be a
And they're both
super
like
force.
bomb.
Okay.
Bomb. Like
okay.
Resh has their own lines. Babe does all kinds of stuff. Like both of them are phenomenal separately. So I can only imagine what they're going to do together.
Where are they located?
So I know Babe was on Market. I don't know if the location is changing or anything, but I just know that they're working together.
Okay.
And Resh, I believe, was in Ellesmere for a time, but I'm not 100%. But I know a lot of people who have been serviced by both, and I've never heard complaints. So I'm really excited for them. And also, if you didn't know, the owners of Resh are also the people who started Dîner en Blanc in Wilmington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're
Interesting.
business people. Like, that's their thing. So congratulations to y'all, and I can't wait to see what you guys do.
Making Wilmington and making Delaware
Beautiful.
sophisticated and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The
Beautiful.
opposite of me.
Sure.
So, yeah.
You said Simone Biles.
Yeah, I mean, real quick flowers for Simone, right? She's back in the competition, and I think it's super dope. Obviously, I hope that she's like that she gets all of the gold medals and whatever she's trying to do.
Is it real gold?
I think it is actually. It's real gold.
How do you tell? You bite it to tell?
You bite it, and if you chew a piece off and can swallow it, it's gold. It's not true at all.
Okay.
So I just think that it's cool to she's not obviously, but very arguably the greatest gymnast of all time. And then she went through her period where she was having all kinds of anxiety and was really struggling and had to really literally withdraw from competition for a bit in the middle of the Olympics. And the fact that
mental health.
Yes, for mental health,
For
which
mental
is something
health.
we talk a lot about.
She withdrew from the Olympics for a short time for her mental health.
And to feel like she's conquered those sort of demons and to be back in action is really dope, because a lot of people struggle with their mental health and with things that give them fear and anxiety, and it's always great to see someone battling, and for her to battle under the spotlight that she's under is even more noble. So I hope that she's absolutely successful, and I'm sure she'll be the best version of herself that she can be in whatever moment she's in.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all.
I know typically I have what cheap wine I'm drinking, but we're here, and I already told you I had a caramel iced coffee with an extra pump of sugar. So nice and refreshing. I know a lot of coffee shops are doing the cold brew thing. I've had both. I have to say I still prefer when they do iced coffee with, okay, that's enough, because I don't want to get him started. What's happening? What is freaking happening around the tent?
Where you start?
All right, let's start with the artist coffee.
Artist coffee. Here we
Artist jam and coffee.
go. All right, here's your artist's jam and coffee.
This will be at the Delaware Art Museum Saturday, July 8th at 10 a.m. Then SoCo Art Night Market
Here it comes.
by our girl Nadj.
Yeah, taki.
I love it to death. So there will be artwork, food, music, creative goods, and if you know anything about the Soul Firm, they don't do anything little. Okay, they don't do anything subpar. Everything is flawless and fun and inclusive and dope. So if you don't have anything to do, I don't even care if you have something to do. Cancel it, cause you going there.
Well, it's a whole hang. You know what I mean? And
It's
I'll
a
be there
whole
actually. So
hang.
yeah, it's a hang.
I don't like how you say that.
I don't care. So it's a whole hang, and I will actually be there with my camera taking pictures for her that night. So yeah. So I'll be there.
Saturday?
Saturday for sure. Trying to capture it. And I've already been to several of the events, and it's a hang.
Yes.
So you can come and drink and talk to people and socialize and dance and eat and buy things.
Yes.
Buy awesome things.
Do you know who the host is this time or no?
I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, make sure you guys head on over there. Delaware Music Network open mic is coming up. That's
Where's
gonna
this
be,
one?
It's at the library.
Okay, back at the library.
Yeah. Library. 7 o'clock. Sign up. Make sure you do what you got to do, y'all. Then we have pop-up. You see what I did there? Did that hurt?
No, I know how to not
You
hurt
look
myself.
very uncomfortable.
That's high, and it's had to do it soft. So.
So you sound kind of like a dog and a dolphin at the same time.
Well, thank you.
Pop-up opera by Opera Delaware is Friday, July 7th at 6 p.m. And from our wonderful friend, Carrie Ann. Oh, hi! It's okay.
Yes, and we want you in the frame.
We want you in the frame.
You want to slide over now? All right, here we go.
Our
we
wonderful friend.
We have a special guest she's going to jump in my seat and I'm going to slide behind.
Yes.
So please,
Nadj, Delaware's pop-up is awesome. Make sure you guys go.
You know, grab
Okay.
Okay.
And it's funny because I have the website pulled up and everything.
Perfect timing.
Okay,
you.
everyone, this is the lovely and beautiful, talented, and super incredibly smart Ashley
you.
Christopher.
Thank you.
She is the founder of HBCU.
Sit up, girl.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
There we go.
Look at that. Look at this.
Mhm.
Okay, we all have seen the headlines about the affirmative action stuff going on in the court systems. Jay, do you want to enlighten us a little bit before we start asking questions?
I'll keep it simple. The bottom line is that, however you want to slice it, is that traditional affirmative action, as we all understand it, has been deemed by SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, as an illegal thing. It's something that you can't do. So you can't let someone into your college based upon race. And we all, at least anyone who's black and a minority, understands that we're already not coming from a level playing field, so these things were put in place to make it level. And my first reaction to the ruling was, dear old Morehouse, thank God for HBCUs in general, because they've always been there for us, and now we have a double sort of appreciation for them, and I'm sure that there's going to be increased demand for HBCUs for a lot of different reasons. So tell us about, I guess, your, how you think this is going to affect American culture and your event, quite frankly, and anything else you want to add to it. Yeah.
Okay, so am I looking at you or here?
Right there.
Okay,
Yep,
looking
yep.
at the camera. Okay. Thank you for inviting me for this conversation, first of all, because I think it's high time for us to be engaged in speaking about this. The blessing in disguise here, at least for me and the work that I do, is that we've already been prepared for this moment. We aggressively raise money for students to attend their choice HBCU.
Yeah.
So our goal is to make it so that these students don't have to lay and wait to see if there's going to be student loan forgiveness. We want you to get to and through your choice school without any debt. And we're encouraging students to attend an HBCU. So these schools, for people that look like us,
Sorry.
these schools, for people that look like us, we are accepted and celebrated in these spaces, not tolerated.
Yeah.
So this foundation that I've created has been stood up to combat what we're facing right now. One thing that I think that should not get lost here, HBCUs only make up 3% of colleges and universities nationwide. 3%. So we can't hold everybody.
Wow.
But that also makes it our fight, because there are students that want to go to an HBCU, maybe can't get to an HBCU.
That time of year.
I was trying to act like I didn't hear it.
No, it's okay. We keep it real. We have fireworks going on in the background right now.
we do.
It's
This is a
the March
fireworks
11th.
conversation.
Yes,
Yes, it is very on brand.
Firework rulings.
Yes.
So,
So while we only make up 3% of colleges and universities, that clearly we can't hold everybody, but I think what we need to really hone in and focus in on is encouraging as many students to choose an HBCU as possible.
Yeah.
These schools are not second-rate institutions. These schools graduate the best and the brightest. And what I don't want people to get lost in is affirmative action does not relax qualifications to get into a university. It doesn't say, oh, because you're black, we're going to let you in because you have a lower score. That's not what it does.
Right.
Affirmative action has an intentional or makes an intentional effort to seek out black students that are qualified.
Yeah.
Whether it's going into inner cities at different community service events or after school clubs or just any activities where you can find a concentrated or populated area of African American students that may fit into these Ivy League settings.
Yep.
So it's not like, oh, you're less qualified, so we'll let you in. I don't want anybody to get lost in that. I have a line sister, and she's not an anomaly, right? This is common. I have a line sister We went to Howard together. She went on to Harvard Law. Why did she go on to Harvard Law? Because she qualified through her test-taking strategies, but also there was a connection between Howard University and Harvard so that she would get seen.
Yeah.
So these programs make it so that African American students who do want to go the Ivy League route have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Not an inroad for immediate enrollment.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're going to look at you now. We're not even going to be considered. And that's the hard and fast way to put it.
Yeah.
These universities don't have to consider African Americans for enrollment anymore. And it's putting us in a very, very tragic situation because, again, we don't have the space for every African American student at
Right.
HBCUs that is matriculating into higher education. So they should be able to look at these other schools if they're interested, right? HBCUs may not be for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard for me to say. Cause
I know, right. But I get it. You're
it's
right.
okay,
Yeah,
It's-
especially athletes and all that. Yeah, absolutely. I
So
get
there's
it.
different roads for everybody, but I just, you know, if there's one thing that I want everybody to know, it is Black people, like just nationwide, everywhere, wherever you are, people of color, we are not less than, we are not underqualified. The issue comes in where we don't have the access to the opportunity. But if you
Yes.
look at anything that's going on, whether it's a extracurricular activity, whether it's an athletic program or an academic program, we just need access.
Yeah.
We catch on to stuff.
Yes, we do.
And so
Yes, we do.
the reason that I immediately thought about HBCUs is because, and also as an aside, I never thought that there's not enough capacity for us at the HBCUs, even though I really didn't ever think about that. But the point that I was thinking is that in as much as we don't have the access to many things that we should, the more we build and support places like this, the more we don't need that access. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it's not an easy thing to do, but my gut reaction, anytime I'm told no in any way, is like, well, I'll do it myself. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of hope that it spurs more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, cool. You can have your little school, and we will just build ours better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this an immediate action? Like what took place in the courts? Is this something that they're going to phase out, or is this like immediately?
Oh, girl, it is rule of law as of when the decision came down and was
Wow.
made public. Yeah, that is rule of law. So colleges and universities, it's illegal to consider admission or to consider race when they're looking at an applicant to see if, you know, they qualify for admission. So
But wasn't there money? If you know, okay.
yeah,
And
it's. Go ahead.
I know that at least Harvard has already kind of made statements saying that they're going to follow the law but sort of find a way around the ruling. Not that that makes it okay, but again, my whole instinct is great. If you do that, wonderful, but to rely on that is like, nope, we'll just
Right.
do it on our own.
Exactly.
You know?
And
You
to
know?
your point, affirmative action was put into place because we were not considered for opportunities, not
Yeah.
because we did not qualify.
Right.
Because we were overlooked simply because we're Black. So
Right.
when you put that in place, it at least forces an institution to say, okay, these are the Black candidates.
Yeah.
These candidates are qualified. Of this group of qualified candidates that happen to be African American,
Yeah.
how many of them can we admit to our institution?
Right.
It's sad that we had to do that, but we
Right.
had to do that.
Right.
And now that we're taking it away,
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any general hope that like my kids go to Tower Hill, right, which is a very similar kind of situation,
Sure.
and they've been making a lot of genuine efforts over the past maybe 8 years to fix it for the right reasons, not because they have to. There was no policy in place. It's just they did it. Do you have any faith that other places will try to function that way? Like, because however you slice it, diversity has value. You might not
Very
see
much.
it, but it is valuable. Like, it's going to make everyone involved a stronger human. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that do you have any optimism about that being a possibility?
I have to be honest with you and say
Oh.
I'm not optimistic at all.
I agree.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not, because at least under one set of circumstances, we were forced to consider minority candidates.
Yeah.
Now we're not. I don't think it's enough to say, well, the same thing with diversity, equity, and inclusion being included in, corporate high-level C-suite aspects of business. And those jobs are I've seen in the last 48 hours, seven prominent black women who have lost their jobs.
Yes, I saw that.
Can you talk about that? Because I haven't heard
Yes.
about this. So this is to the point, right?
One of the celebrities posted that. Oh my God.
Like, oh well, we don't gotta worry about it now. So boop.
It's like they're dropping like flies.
And that's so.
Dropping like
Because
flies.
you remember during COVID, everybody was like, "Oh, the blacks.
Yes.
We love you.
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
We don't know what it means, but
You
whatever. You have off.
And
now,
and it's so clear. You can tell, who joined the movement because George Floyd was murdered, and who joined the movement because there was a real systemic issue that needed to be addressed. And I was warned about this. I mean, during the pandemic, strike while the iron is hot. These corporate companies, their backs are against the wall. They have to give this money away. You need to take advantage of this now because it's not going to be here forever. They're going to come to a point where it's like, screw this. And I think we've reached that moment. They are slicing DE&I from their budgets, from their entire corporate structure, as if it doesn't matter. So I don't know where specifically this is going to put us as a community, but what I do know is that it has given me a very aggressive fire under me and inside of me to move forward like never before.
And how do you see, like, how do you want to move forward? Like, what is, like, this is what I'm going to do? You know what I mean?
So the structure we have is already in place. So we have this very popular scholarship that we offer. It's called the FOSSI Scholarship. It is for students who are studying STEM that are headed to an HBCU.
Okay.
$40,000 per student.
I love that.
We have 150 of those we give out every year.
Okay.
We just celebrated our first graduating class at this past gala. Yes, it was so exciting. And I'm telling you, like, when you alleviate the burden of student debt, these kids just flourish. I'm telling you, we highlighted 4 girls, all graduated magna cum laude from their universities, debt-free.
Oh my gosh.
Debt-free. I love that. So the goal for me is to get as much money to send as many kids to their choice HBCU for free. And I'm not saying 150, I mean thousands every year. Come to my organization. We will have the money. We want to see you to and through. Because we want you to be celebrated in your environment, not tolerated or shunned or made to feel like you have to code switch. And we want you to graduate without the burden of student debt. And I think those are the 2 things that will prepare the kids that look like us most.
So I remember, and the viewers know, I did not graduate college, but I did attend Del State. And I remember when I was applying for colleges, a lot of the conversation was like, oh, don't go there, it's not a good school. It's not a good school, it's not a good school. Whether it was a HBCU or not, right? What can we say? Because now we know HBCUs only make up 3%, right? And now with this happening is a possibility that it's going to be even smaller, because once the HBCUs fill up and you then apply to other schools and then they have that going, what can we say to kids, or not kids, to these young adults who are already confused and trying to figure out where to go and what to do and how to move? What can we say to them about going to college in general and moving forward with that?
I think college is important for everybody. I'll just say it there. I know a lot of people preach that you could do A, B, or C, but I think that college is the thing that puts you in, I would say, the better position to succeed. There are people that just have this natural instinct and they can jump into entrepreneurship. But I say to those people, do it and go to college at the same time. Like, I'm just an advocate for getting in higher education. With, this decision and the effect, I will say HBCUs have space to an extent, right? 3% of colleges and universities, but they account for 80% of black judges, 50% of black lawyers, 50% of black engineers, 50% of black teachers, right? So we do have the space for the people that want to attend. But there's also Hispanic serving institutions that you can look into, or majority minority serving institutions. So there's a few different classes of colleges to look into for people that are minorities, that are looking for that kind of safe space, for people that look like them, same goals, drive, and ambition. I think that if there is a school that if you want to go to school, we can get you into a school.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important to make that decision first. Like, is college for you? I say yes. Some people say no. But getting over that hurdle first, and then for me to choose the HBCU that's best for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of research that goes into it. Visit a homecoming,
Yeah.
demographics matter, majors matter,
Yeah.
the cost of attendance matters,
Yeah.
which is why I fight so hard, because our HBCUs don't have the same endowment funds that our PWIs have.
Yeah.
If you graduated from an HBCU, give them money.
Yes.
Like, it's absolutely fundamental. The reason, the main reason that these private institutions are able to be so successful and have so much funding is because they give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, 100%.
The village helps to raise,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
everyone.
Yes, we've got to give back to our HBCUs. It is paramount that we do that. But I mean, we just got to stay in the fight together. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I had an easy solution. Like, if we do A plus B, we'll get at C.
Right.
That's not the reality here.
Right.
Everybody's got to just pick up the pieces and do their part.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm just gonna say it. So, affirmative action, we know what's going on in the courts. People are immediately going straight to the PWIs and possibly not accepting minority students because of this, right?
Yeah.
What about the people who want to bring up the HBCUs on their end?
Mhm.
How can we talk about that?
What do you mean?
So I remember when I was in college, when I was in Del State, there was a protest about the amount of funding that went towards the Asian, so the minority at an HBCU, which would be the Caucasian, the Asians, and like that.
Okay.
How do we approach that conversation with this going on?
So I'll start by saying this. We have to remember why HBCUs were created. HBCUs were put in place with the specific intent to graduate and give black students access to higher education, because we were prohibited by law from going to college. We just weren't allowed to. Black, oh, no. Apply to a college, you're Negro, no, not getting in, just because of that, right?
Yeah.
So these schools were these schools were made for us.
They was made it.
They was made
They
it.
was made it. Shoot, you better lean into that.
If you go to an HBCU,
You was made it.
you can create your own words.
Yes,
They were
you
made
can.
it.
Made it, honey. I love that. Oh my gosh. I was thinking of made and created at the same time.
Yeah, no, it was
I
great.
love
It was great. I'm using it from
We're
now
using
on.
it, that's it.
I made it.
I made it.
So they're here for us, by us, to get access to that opportunity,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of times people ask, well, isn't that racist? Isn't that discriminatory? Why are they schools? We don't shut anybody out that's
Right.
white. We're not saying, oh, you're white, you can't come, or you're Asian, or you're from another minority or majority group and you
Right.
can't come. It's just that these were made because we had no other option.
Yeah.
And
No other option,
here's
right?
the thing, and if you just take one thought step outside of race, there are institutions for Catholics. There are institutions specifically for women. There are all kinds of specific. So it's like the idea that you only get mad just because one place happens to be for African Americans is just fundamentally absurd. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And if it's not an HBCU or a minority serving institution, it is a PWI. So, I mean, and that's 97% of the colleges on, across the country. So to even question why are HBCUs a thing is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's just, and we've got to be aware of what the intention of these institutions are. Like for us, by us,
Yeah.
to get us in. Like we need this.
Yes.
I mean, we are running a race where we're 400 years behind.
Yes.
And
So-
too many people don't want to accept that
They
fact.
don't.
Right.
You know
They
what I mean?
don't. Yeah. So look, it is what it is. This is my ministry. People say, well, you started HBCU Foundation. What about the kids that don't want to go to HBCUs? It's not my ministry.
Right.
There's
There are other
somebody out there
organizations.
to assist those students with their needs. That's not
Yeah.
my ministry. So listen,
I get it. What was the oh my gosh moment when you decided to start your organization?
So it was 2017.
Not that long
What?
ago.
Oh my gosh. I
gosh,
thought you've been around
okay.
forever.
Yeah.
Oh no, girl! It was 2017.
Wow.
In the mayor's office, he's like, Ashley, I want you to just come up with some programming for Wilmington's underserved communities. I'm like, like, man, that could be anything.
Right.
Okay,
I'm like,
listen.
what is this gonna be?
Right.
So I sat with it for a while, and I started to feel like the HBCU energy. Like, what can I do for
Yes.
education, black students, college? I mean, I went to Howard University for undergrad, and then University of DC for law school. So they're both
Oh, wow.
HBCUs.
Okay. She's smart.
And just a little bit, I guess. Anybody could do that. So
False.
I was gonna say.
let me. I wanted all the kids in the city to be exposed to the opportunity because HBCUs have given me so much. I could never
Yeah.
give back to Howard enough. Even what I'm doing now, like I have 48 FASE scholars at Howard, all
Wow.
on a $40,000 scholarship, and I still feel indebted
Oh.
based on my experience. So I just want everybody to experience that. Like, even
Yeah.
if you decide you don't want it, I want you to know that it's there.
Yeah.
So we brought this college fair-like setting event here. It was a 2-day event. We had a happy hour in the college fair. I planned for 200 students. I got 700. And that's when I knew, like, okay, this is a thing.
Yep.
We're going to make it a week
And a
long.
need.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So from there, it's just grown into this authentic HBCU homecoming-like experience that we do
Yeah.
here in Wilmington. But our cornerstone event is the college fair because the students get accepted on the spot and all kinds of scholarship awards. So
I love that.
it's exciting. It's really exciting. But moments like these with these kind of decisions just remind me it's a lot more work to do.
yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
more work to do.
Where are you from?
Wilmington. Well, right. Okay. Everybody's territorial over there.
I was
Let me
gonna say
just
you have to say the
I
correct.
grew up right outside of Wilmington, right off of Governor Prince. Like I could stand
Okay.
in Wilmington.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right
yeah.
between Claymont and North Wilmington.
Yes, right
yeah,
in
yeah.
between. And this small community is called Edgewood Hills, and it's literally right outside the city. But I claim Wilmington.
Yeah.
All my friends are from Wilmington. I was an East Side stepper. I was at the Y parties. I
Where'd
went
you
to
go to high school?
Ellesmere. I went to Padua.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
So it's in
that's
the
good.
city. It's in
Ain't
the
no wrong
city,
with
but
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
I went to
Wilmington is
Tower
home.
Hill. Don't feel bad. Like you know what I'm saying. I got you.
I went to
Yeah.
DMA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So we're all, you know.
Yeah, Wilmington.
I know this is probably odd, but I'll wrap it in. When were you totally like feet on the ground, solid in your blackness?
You know what? That's so funny. So my parents always
Since I was
encouraged-
2. What you talking about? From the moment I could talk.
Right.
What kind of question?
Let the woman speak.
No, that's
Sorry.
so funny. No, I
Sorry.
got you. My parents did a really good job of. So we lived in a suburb of Wilmington, but they kept my sister and I in inner city activities, like
Yeah.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
every time we were involved in something, it was in the city of Wilmington. So I was no stranger to my culture, and I
Yeah.
loved it from a young age. Hip hop culture was something that I always had a strong connection to.
Yeah.
I won't tell you my when I fell in love with hip hop moment because I'll get myself in trouble. I was 11 years old. I don't want to get myself in trouble. But
It's a safe space.
That everyone will see.
So you know, and they always said you guys got to go to an HBCU.
Oh. So there we go. That's where my question was
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My mother graduated from Temple and my father Drexel. But they
Oh.
both wanted us, me, my
Really?
sister, my brother, like you guys got to go. We didn't.
Oh.
Y'all, we don't want y'all to
Interesting.
miss out.
I love
Interesting.
that.
Yeah, so they
Huh.
encouraged it from
Yeah.
a young age.
Where'd your sister go?
We both went to Howard.
One with the house. Okay.
And my
cool.
brother went to Del State.
Okay.
Oh,
So everybody went to.
yes.
Yep. I get it.
Yeah, so
I love
and we all really, really loved our HBCU experiences. And the funny part about it, I went to Padua, so for me it was like I wanted to go to Spelman
Okay.
up until I went to Padua.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm not going.
This ain't happening.
Because all
No.
girls. That's enough.
yeah,
all girls.
it was just it
Yeah.
was
I
a lot.
understand
It was
that.
a lot of energy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so Howard.
I get
quickly,
that.
Yeah, became my first choice. And when I applied to Howard, I was rejected.
What?
Wow.
I was rejected, so I was devastated.
How dare no? It's okay.
Yeah,
Y'all made
But
up
that
for it.
also
Y'all made
speaks
up
to
for
the
it.
high standards that HBCUs keep
Yes.
in spite
Yeah.
of what you might think.
Yes.
Because she
Yeah.
went to private school,
Yes.
and so there's that level of kids coming to Howard.
Yes.
Sorry, but yeah.
Yes, there was, and
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
rejected. Okay, so I'm
my God.
devastated. I'm like crying. What am I gonna do? I didn't have a plan B. My guidance counselors are like, go to Cabrini, go to Newman, go to UD. I just wasn't feeling that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I don't have a plan B. I called the school.
See?
And I was like, hey guys, I think you might have made a mistake. I got a rejection letter.
This has answered your question about when she stepped in her
Okay.
place. She's like,
She said,
listen.
10 toes down. Wait a minute.
I'm like,
Right.
no, I think there's a mistake there. Oh, no, ma'am.
Can I
you
just
know.
say, if it's one thing a black woman gonna do, she gonna call somebody.
She gonna make that
gonna
call.
call somebody.
She gonna make that phone call. Yes, yes. So, I mean, I do not remember her name, but she was very gracious, a
Yeah.
very nice lady, and she said, "No, ma'am. Unfortunately, your record was not as competitive, and you did not make the cut. The only recourse you have, you can write us a letter asking to appeal it. We'll put it in front of our committee and let you know, but." Usually doesn't work in the student's favor. So I'm just like, dang.
This is your first moment as a lawyer.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, yes. So I'm
Wow.
like devastated. I'm like, oh my gosh. So she was basically I was preparing myself for double heartbreak. You already said no once. Now you can say no twice, right?
Right.
So I just put everything I had into that letter. And they sent me an acceptance package, okay?
Wow.
They sent me an
Respect.
acceptance package.
What's
I
up?
love
That's how I
that.
got
I've
into
never
Howard.
heard of
That's
that
a
before.
story.
That's dope. Yeah.
We need a movie.
Yeah.
Jay, we gotta shoot a movie. This is it. Can I play
Yes.
you? I can get a vibe.
Yes, girl.
I can get a vibe.
Catholic school girl. Rejected the first time, accepted the second.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was
Wow.
crazy. It was crazy. That's how I got it. And sometimes I sit back and I think, like, what if I did say, okay, I'll go to Cabrini?
Right.
Right? Like all these kids that now depend on my scholarships and this programming. So
But that
it's
is a
just
testament
Yeah.
right there to the HBCU mindset in general.
Yes.
Because by going there, that's part of the revolution. Okay, you're already protesting against
But it's
the fact-
advocating for yourself,
Yes.
fundamentally.
Like
you know
you're
what I'm
really
saying?
doing
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I
Yeah.
love that.
It was a process. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
Howard was my plan A, B, and C.
Wow.
And I just had to do a little bit more to get in.
Yeah.
But it worked. It worked.
So where is HBCU week now? Like what are your next moves? Is there anything that we can look forward to? Any changes or additions? Anything like that?
So we're continuing to expand. So last year we did HBCU week in Wilmington and then in Walt Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
so good. It was so
Wow.
good, you
That's a
know.
lot.
And
I
now,
know.
yeah. So we have a
Did y'all pay
partnership with
for
Disney.
Y'all paid for people to go down?
You know, we can talk about that if you guys want to do some journalist kind of stuff, like some interviews, you know.
If you don't have them line passes, my patience is this.
Wait,
thin.
I need one of them souvenir cups with the free refills.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know,
Otherwise, I go
Disney's a
live from the
beast.
hotel room.
Can we
like,
can we stay in the hotel room that look like a guitar? Can we do that?
Hard Rock Cafe's up there.
that
No, it's a
one.
hotel. They got the
Oh.
whole music resort. Okay, this is off topic. Go back to
Sorry.
Yes, no. Disney is definitely. I wish we could pick it up and put it somewhere else.
I know.
Florida's having
Oh
Yes.
God.
a time right now.
We have a segment called Florida Man.
really.
We
I'm
talk
gonna have
about
to
a
send you
ridiculous
some clips.
person in Florida who does
Yep.
something absurd.
Something
Oh my
absurd.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida. That's pretty on brand. That's really
Yeah.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're having some issues this year, so we won't go back to Florida until 24.
Okay.
But this year we're gonna do Wilmington and Atlanta.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So happy to have you guys.
Oh, listen, that's
Pack my
stomping ground,
bag.
so yeah.
Wait,
So-
this is gonna be my rip me out the plastic. I'm acting brand new.
Yes, it's
Oh,
time.
that's
Listen.
funny.
It's time. Yes.
Oh my
So we'll be in
goodness.
Atlanta. Yeah, and just continuing to offer this opportunity. You know, last year we had 7,000 kids at our college fair here, and in Disney World we had just under 9,000. I want everybody to know.
Oh my
That's a
God.
huge
that
amount.
we got money.
What do you do when you just sit back? Because I know you have to have a moment during that week where you're just like, oh my God. Like,
You want to know what's so funny? I have not had that moment yet.
what?
I haven't had it
'Cause you're
after. Yeah, after our HBC week events, after our galas. It's just, I always feel like there's more work to do.
Mhm.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And it's hard. I'm trying to be intentional about celebrating wins because
Yeah.
we've done some really.
I
mean,
say that
40
all the time.
48 kids with $40,000 scholarships at Howard alone, like
Just
9,000
yeah,
kids. I was like, oh, there are
right,
9,000
right.
kids in Wilmington?
I
That's
know.
all the kids. She took all the kids.
they all educated.
That's funny. Well, they come from the entire county.
Yeah,
Still,
but
I mean,
still,
it's Delaware.
shoot.
Yeah. No,
And within a
right.
certain age range, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
God.
no,
Yeah.
it's been a blessing. I'm telling you to see it.
Wow.
I'll have that moment soon. I'll probably just randomly be shopping or something and like fall out in tears. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I got a random moment, like just thinking
Yes.
about the impact. I don't know, but yeah.
I made
sit
it.
and I made it, yes. Made it, yes. But it's just,
It's so funny because we did oh God, I can't remember I think it was like the 60th anniversary for Cheney University.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
Founders Day.
nice.
And we were there and we did interviews from some of the alumni and the board members, because my mom is one of the board members for Delaware chapter. And the pride.
Oh,
I think my favorite thing
yes.
about HBCU alumni, and even people like myself who didn't graduate but attended, the pride that we have for those schools is just, you don't see it anywhere else.
Mhm,
You know?
mhm,
What is
mhm.
it? Oh, there's a bee.
Uh-oh.
What do you, how do you guys handle all of that in that moment? Because I know it's like super exciting and like party all the time. Like,
you know, HBCU pride is a real thing.
Yes.
I love to see it. You know, when I go around to different campuses, I collect mail from everywhere. Like I had Morehouse, Clark,
Yes.
Spelman.
oh, we had to go
Hampton.
shopping. We
No,
went to go
yes.
shopping with her.
Oh my gosh, I think it's so important to just exist in that community,
Yeah.
like with love and support of each other, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody that didn't go to an HBCU, y'all can't say nothing.
Yeah.
We can argue with each other all day and have our
Right.
banter and love each other,
Right.
right? But somebody that didn't,
the
You don't
thing
get it.
that, you know, and I know you know this is always preaching to the choir, but it's like, I always equivocate it to black church. It's an
Oh, yeah.
experience that you can't experience
Yeah.
anywhere else. I don't care
Yes.
where you do it. Like, it's not going to be the same thing. You could go to church in South Africa, and it's not going to be, you know, black church in any American city. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Call me later, man. It's that's the main thing. It's like it's an absolutely unique and beautiful experience that you'll never get. You can't get anywhere else, and you
Yes.
can't get it again. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, that's the thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
And it's hard to even put it into words, because
You
when you
can't.
say it, like you can't.
What's
like
black
going to
church like?
homecoming. Right.
Right.
gotta
You
go.
gotta feel
You
it.
gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. It's like homecoming, the homecoming experience, right? There's no other event or activation that is so concentrated on blackness, on black-owned land, with just black people for an extended period of time. That feeling and that pride in those spaces, oh, it's unbelievable.
I love
You
that.
can't duplicate it. You can't.
So, taking it back to the ruling, if you had the chance, because she's a lawyer, if you had the chance to make a statement, what would you say?
What would my statement be? Well, I would start with saying that, as we've discussed, HBCUs make up 3% of colleges and universities, but that's what makes this my fight as well. And I'd also say that while I'm going to do the work to encourage as many students as I can to attend their choice HBCU, to get them the money to do it, to show them these are not second-rate institutions, and these schools graduate the best and the brightest. I'll tell you this. If you look at any organization, corporate structure, if you see any people of color at the top, I'm almost willing to bet their undergraduate degree came from an HBCU. Willing to bet that. And if I'm wrong, very, very small amount of the time, I will put money on that.
And I will say this, like, this isn't a flex, but I went to Tower Hill. I understand who the best and the brightest are. And the amount of black men at Morehouse who were either at or beyond the level of kids that I went to school with at Tower Hill was clear, you know what I mean? And so many of those kids went to Harvard and just smashed it, you know what I'm saying? Like they went there for grad school. So to your point, like there's no gap in terms of academic ability. These are top tier places with top tier people. So, man.
Absolutely.
Man. And it was the first time where I was like, look at all these smart black nerds who are
Yes.
cool. And like,
Yes.
it's like this is, you know, it's a whole different thing. you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, HBCUs are breeding grounds for just greatness. I mean, my classmates, people that came before or after me, we all just have amazing things going on. And I just want people to understand the greatness and the uniqueness of an HBCU, and it's not a second tier opportunity.
You must know Louise Cummings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Howard Law.
Howard
Okay,
Law,
yeah. Okay, cool.
And beyond that, I'll also say to the people that are in favor of this reversal of the affirmative action thing, Black people are not underqualified.
Right.
In fact, I think they're overqualified. I think that there may be differences in our styles of learning. There may be differences in how we communicate or how we carry out different tasks or jobs.
Right.
But when you go out of your way to say that we're tired of letting underqualified minorities into our universities,
It's not accurate.
I encourage you to look at the last several years. This is the perfect example. The national mock trial debate has come down to two teams in the past several years. The same two teams. Wow. Howard University and Harvard. Guess who's won?
Howard!
Because it's not about what your test score is, right? Like, even for me, I heard somebody explaining on CNN, well, Black students graduate at the lowest 25th percentile for law school or something like that. And in my mind, all I heard was graduate. Okay, Black students are graduating from law school, right? But see, here's my thing. I did a clerkship for 3 years, Delaware court system, family law, CCP, and Superior Court. Saw all kinds of lawyers.
Yeah.
I went to the University of DC, which is an HBCU. If you give me any case file, and I have the facts, circumstances, evidence, I'll put myself up against anybody. I don't care what school they went to.
Yeah.
I don't care where they graduated from,
Right.
how much money they paid to get into the school, what their past experience in litigation even is. Because I know that I'm going to bet on myself and I'm going to win. Because I have the oratorical skill to do so.
Y'all heard that? Oratorical.
Oratorical.
Say it 3 times. Oratorical.
Yeah.
Oratorical.
Yes, I'm betting on myself.
That's a nice word.
No, it's just like we're not underqualified.
And
We
that
do this.
is HBCUs. We can go from oratorical
To made
to
it.
mated it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. We can speak all the languages.
Oh, all the languages. Yes. We can compete. We can compete in every arena. Look, I mean, this doesn't have anything to do with academics, but my son decided he wanted to swim competitively. Started when he was like 12. All the other kids were swimming since they were 3. Jumped in the pool, first place. So it's just, I mean, all we need is the access and the opportunity. I don't care what your test scores say.
Right.
I don't care.
And it's been proven that a lot of people can't take tests very well. Like
That
it
whole
just would-
system needs to be abolished. But you know what? People would really
They would lose their
minds
mind.
then.
Yeah.
What? No tests?
I am not a test taker.
No,
at
me
all.
neither. Me neither.
No academic, no blood test,
Oh.
no
No blood test. That was funny.
none of that. Well, I'm really happy that we were able to have this conversation with you, because a lot of people like myself, I watch the news and I do my own research, but sometimes you just need a little extra oomph, and you, I'm sure, have explained to the people, what happened and why we shouldn't necessarily be so worried, and what we could do in place of worrying.
Yeah, to your point, to me, it's like a weird situation where it's like, okay, what happened shouldn't have happened, but as Black people always do, we take a lemon and make it into lemonade. So it's like, I wish we didn't have to always function that way, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Survival mode.
if there's one place where I am optimistic, is that Black people specifically will respond the best way that we can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be an increase in enrollment at HBCUs, and HBCUs will try to step up their game and fill any gaps that they have. But it's like, why do we have to do this? You know what I mean?
Time and time again.
Man,
Time and time again.
Man, where can we find you?
You can find me So you can find HBCU Week on all social channels at HBCU Week. And our website is hbcuweek.org. You're going to find me personally. I'm on Instagram at achristopheresq. And my website is ashleychristopher.com.
I love you.
Boom.
I love you. And I get to work with her. So I see her. And let me tell you something. She be showing up. Like, her outfits. Like,
Oh,
y'all
my
know I like
gosh.
clothes, y'all.
Well,
Do
did
you
you
see
see?
this one?
Oh.
Did you
I didn't
see
live
my
up to it
T-shirt?
today.
Did
Look at-
anyone
Oh,
see my
hey.
fancy T-shirt?
He's outdone himself today. He got his knees out, his hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah, I named
Uh-oh.
Got his hoochie daddy shorts
Oh
on.
my, no. It's a hard no dog, but
No, but thank you so much. And
thanks for having
when
me.
when are the dates for HBCU Week in Atlanta?
Okay, Atlanta is October 5th through the 8th.
So my birthday is the 19th.
Okay, early birthday. Early birthday.
We're going to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
This man was in Atlanta for 3 days and swear he got an accent. I'm telling you, when you see us out there, please kick him when he
Come on.
started.
No, y'all gotta come. Y'all
yeah,
gotta
it's
come.
weird. It's the same. What do you call it when you code switch? I immediately code
yeah,
switch and start
it's
talking like
bad.
Tia.
Yeah.
It's bad, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta's gonna be crazy.
Well, I'm excited,
It's gonna be great.
and we wish you continued success, and anything that we can do to help and promote and push people towards you, we will do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Should we end the
Thank you
show
for
here,
having
or
me.
should we still do more of our spiel? Because I feel like
I
this
want
is
to do
perfect.
more of our spiel,
Okay,
but
okay.
I just wanted to thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you guys
You're
for
the
having
best.
me.
Now go get cool, cause
Yes.
child, I'm over here sweating, so I know you sweating, child.
No, I'm good. I'm
You
good.
good?
You know, I be having my heat on all the time.
Me too. Got my heater right in my office. Okay. Lucky I don't got a blanket.
So thank you for being here.
All right,
of course,
lady.
Thank you for going out of your way. It really
Thank
means a lot. You're the best.
I'll keep you up to speed with dates and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah, come. Do you guys do red carpet hosting?
Yeah, we do it all.
That's our specialty. You know what I'm
Should've
saying?
came to the gala.
Let
We
us
here
know.
now. Let me know.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
HBC Week Wilmington, the 19th through the 24th.
Okay.
I'll get you everything though.
Okay.
I'll talk.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Have a good
Thank
rest of your
you.
day.
All right, you too.
I
Come
loved
on,
it.
guys. It doesn't get any better than
I
that.
loved it.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys.
So we
I'm
should
going to HBCU now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll. I don't know what I'm gonna take up. You think they got like animal studies? Like I
Sure.
can be a
Del State
veterinarian?
has a whole farming thing. Yeah.
I'll go back to Del State.
Yeah, they have a full yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So let's go back to the events that we forgot to post.
Yeah.
To talk about. There's a couple more, but yo, that was dope.
That was so dope. Okay, so I told you about pop-up opera.
Yep.
Nomad.
Nomad. Let me get to there. Hold on.
Yes. This is
Bum-bum.
listen. I love me some Darnell Miller. Okay. I love me some Darnell Miller. Happy hour at the Nomad, July 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. DJ Darnell Miller. 90s into the 2000s. Okay.
All right. What else?
Then we have the North Wilmington Library. Did I say that right?
Library.
North Wilmington Library.
All right. Here it comes. Bang.
Featuring Chase Jackson and the mom manager Danielle Jackson. Thursday, July 6th, 3400 North Market Street.
Yep.
Woo woo.
You won't.
And then we have,
You better plug your event.
oh yes, tomorrow,
Yeah, literally tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow.
4th of July, you know.
4th of July at the Tubman Garrett Riverfront Park from 2 to 10 p.m. There will be fireworks at the end of the evening, music all throughout the day. There are carnival games, there will be a train ride, a petting zoo, pony rides. I'm gonna be there hosting, so please come on out, it's free. And there will be tons of vendors as well. I'm looking forward to Hummingbird. God.
I'm
so good.
leaving town tomorrow because
Boo!
people are so ridiculous with their fireworks.
Boo!
But if you're in town,
Come see me.
come see all of
Come
that.
see me.
And I will say this, guys, okay, between your dogs and veterans, the late night ridiculous over the top fireworks, stop it. It's
Oh.
not good for everybody. It's enough. Be careful, you know, but like maybe by like 11 o'clock, certainly by midnight, the night's over. Let people rest. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
The Grand Summer Explorers Pirate School.
Oh, there we go. Pirates. Hold
Free
on.
or pay what you can,
Here it
July
comes.
6th from
Bang.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Mhm.
Arr!
Arr.
I think I would make a good pirate. I think I would look good with a peg leg. I'd bedazzle it.
If you already have a peg leg.
I don't get it. What are you saying?
Nothing.
I don't understand.
It's fine.
I don't get his joke. Somebody, is he being inappropriate? Are you being inappropriate?
No.
Oh, all right. Because you never know with you.
No, I'm not.
And those are our events.
Mhm.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold tight.
Hold-
Somebody's alarm. We're in the city outside.
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Hold the line. We in the city, so you
Boom.
know something going on.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Y'all by now have heard about the submersible. Now we catching up because you know we've been busy. Me and Jake been out in these streets. Oh, you are a street been out in the streets.
Oh boy.
And we just been doing
It's
things.
bad, but go ahead. It's bad.
But I wanted to circle on back and talk about this submersible.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what you had to say about it, but go ahead.
So I
took a
was-
very conservative route, but go ahead. Sorry.
You did?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what my route is.
Go ahead.
I just know what my thoughts are.
Mhm.
This is what happens when you have so much money and don't know what to do with it. Like you have no idea what to do with all this money because this was the dumbest idea.
That's true.
And God rest their souls.
That's true.
God rest their souls. And all those who, and God bless the people who are all affected by it. But this was the stupidest shit I have ever heard of in my life. The more research I do, the dumber it sounded. I
Yeah.
mean, even, I
good.
couldn't even afford to own a piece of the submersible.
Right.
But even I wouldn't do that.
Yep.
The material that it was made out of, all the scandal behind the people that they fired who were telling the truth about how unsafe it was, the sheer parts that we knew of with the video game controller. I mean, come on. Guys, I understand that we all want to have an experience, and we're in this social media age where everybody wants to post about their happenings and, oh, this is a life-changing experience, and they want to get all the likes and crap. Don't risk your life for some stuff like that.
Well, I don't think anyone who sees this is going to do that because none of our viewers
But
are
it don't
billionaires.
even have to be this experience. It could be other things, like, for instance, which is kind of unrelated but related in a sense, the boy who jumped off the cruise ship for a dare, who had just graduated. People
can
do
dig that.
things for likes. People do things for exposure, to go viral, to have something to talk about. Listen, you can have an experience on your front porch with a beer, okay? I need y'all to really get it together.
I don't think most people act like these people did, but I get your point.
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's very universally understood that was just a terrible decision.
It was horrible. Horrible.
And you know,
That woman lost her son,
that's
her
the
husband.
thing. That's the thing.
You know, and
Like, I totally understand why people were a lot less empathetic, specifically regarding this situation, because it's like you billionaires wasting your money on dumb stuff and risking, like, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
we all know that's silly, but at the same time, as a dad who has kids, the
Yeah.
idea that I would put my kid in that situation, and the idea that I would put any risk on my family, you know, because I'm sure he was the breadwinner, it's just a level of irresponsibility that I can't understand. And it's, you know, it's sad, because the part that really broke me up, number one, was the son and his dad, and then the story about how his son was literally scared to do it, but he did it because his dad wanted him to go.
Right.
And it's like, man,
Ooh,
like,
child.
you know, it's just
I'm not.
really
First of all, I'm not going to
unfortunate.
make my child do anything that they're terrified to do. Like
Yeah.
I just couldn't see myself doing that. It's just.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add to it. It's a shame. It was
a
stupid,
shame.
and I hope it does. You know,
Yes.
I'm done with it. But be smart.
You know, be
Just
smart.
Basic stuff.
Be smart. And I honestly hope that company makes better decisions.
I hope that company goes out of business.
I mean, that too.
I hope that company ceases to exist. That CEO
Yes.
is absolutely irresponsible.
Yes,
People.
but I hope other companies learn as well. Like we gotta really, we have to think about taking care of ourselves a little bit better, because it feels like people just doing anything for money, anything with money and anything for money, and we shouldn't be living like that. So that's my thoughts on that. Next we have the EBT Awards. I just want to say this, and I know that this may be controversial, but I don't care,
Go
because
ahead.
you know what? This is my show.
I'm here.
That girl, that rapper girl, Sexy Red, she's not a rapper.
What is
She's
she?
not a rapper. She's a viral sensation for some bullshit that she put out on the internet. And I don't care what anyone says. And the fact that people are putting her out there as if she is an artist and promoting her as one is offensive and should be offensive to artists who are actually doing their job and putting out good putting out good music. I'm so tired of seeing these $2 rap artists on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube going viral and everyone buying their music and then being hot and blah blah blah, and then they wonder why they show up to the EBT Awards looking like trash, acting like trash, because you promote trash and it stays trash. It don't change. It don't turn into gold just because you liked it. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing to sit here as an artist. It's embarrassing and it's shameful to sit here as an artist who I have put music out, good music out, and it's hard as hell to get recognized in your own community, let alone in the world. And then you look on TV on a national platform and you see shit like that. I'm tired.
Speaking of
artists, look who just walked up.
Look what God dropped off. Look what God dropped off to us. This was not planned.
Can we just have
So,
Can we just have a
Aziza,
moment real
Aziza.
quick? Wait. Can we just have a moment because, sis, you've been going through it.
We're not gonna put.
And I have to say,
No.
sir, I love you. We
you too.
love you, and we're here for you. Your community is here for you.
So, talk to the people
About what?
about your opinion.
people.
I'm not. Do we have to give her name? Just, I mean, I guess for formality. This is one of my favorite voices in this area, Aziza. Okay. So you walking in to get some coffee? What you coming to grab?
I am not.
Oh no. Okay.
I just saw y'all.
Perfect. So always pull up on like that if you're like her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We
pull
love
up
it.
on us.
Pull up on me.
If y'all know where
Okay,
we
sorry.
at.
What is
I
your
didn't know you was okay.
We're not
opinion?
live. We're not live.
It's okay. It's
What
okay.
is your opinion on number one, the previous the BET Awards last week, and then tie that into the struggles of being an independent artist? Whatever you need to say.
Hold on, Memphis. So, first I will say, I don't really watch TV, you guys.
It's okay.
I didn't see him.
I didn't watch TV.
I just watched the clips.
I heard a lot of not good things about the BET Awards. A lot of not good things.
Yeah.
You know, that the professionalism, down to what people wear. So I don't really know what happened. But if I was to tie that into, what was the question?
In being an independent artist, that
Being
struggle.
an independent art that struggles. If I was to tie it into that, I feel like a lot of the artists that are mainstream forget where they came from.
Okay.
And then a lot of time, and then artists, independent artists, we aren't appreciated fully. My example to that is, you know, if someone calls me, just like yesterday, someone hit me up and said, "Hey Aziza, need you to come sing at a funeral," and you know, blah 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 blah. I need you to sing for 1 hour in time. Okay? Cool, no worries. This is what my fee is, blah blah blah. Oh, that sounds like too much. I wish I had pearls to clutch. Because at this point,
Hold on. Can I ask a specific question?
Please.
Put your voice that way too.
oh, okay.
So this was, I'm not gonna ask anybody specifically about who it was, but you were asked to do what specifically? Like sing what? One song?
No, several.
How many songs?
An hour long.
An hour long.
So hold on. You were asked to sing for an hour, and
Which means nonstop.
what is your rate for an hour? Like how much you charge for an hour?
don't tell
No,
me
it's important because this is how much he charges. If someone calls Aziza, this is her rate, right? What is?
It all depends on what's going on.
Her rate is her rate, regardless.
But that's what I'm saying. What is your rate?
I don't think you should tell.
Why not?
I'm not going to because it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
That was a funeral. I'm not bringing a whole band. It's just going to be one musician. That rate might be different versus. Okay, I'll give you an example.
Of course, but if I
With a rate.
want you to come sing, just you and tracks for an hour.
I will not come.
Okay. Boom.
My girl.
Boom. If I want you and a whole band for an hour, how much would that cost me?
It costs you what it costs you.
But
It costs you what it costs you. That's my price. And you're going to respect that because you're seeking me
But
out.
I'm not saying that there's a problem. Why wouldn't you say how much you charge? But this is how much my car costs. If
No.
you're going to buy my car that I'm selling you, it costs this much.
They're going to charge different for that car twice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that car 10 times is going to be 10 different prices.
My point is that the number that you charged her was probably not as much as you deserve, even that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I'm
I
saying, so
agree.
put that number out to make people understand that you weren't even asking for that much and you're being questioned about
Okay,
it.
so I told her that I had one musician and that I was going to sing for an hour. I told her she had to give me $600.
That's completely reasonable. And let me explain. So it's two of you, right?
It's two of us.
For an hour.
He has to come out, he has to set up, he has to prepare the sound. I also have to prepare the song list, figure out how I'm going to, put that together.
You got to rehearse.
We have to rehearse.
Get there.
We have to get there. I need to make sure I have the proper clothing. In some cases, I may not have the proper clothing. And then on top of that, my time.
So all of these things go into it that people don't think about. And we talk about this on the show all the time.
Yes.
Like, it's not just about you showing up for 45
Right. No,
minutes.
it's not.
It's all of the pre-work, all of the
Yes.
work of that day,
Yes.
and the
Yep.
value of what you ask for.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
this is a phenomenal voice. So if you, the same way that
appreciate
you
that.
will spend a whole lot of money on a quality bag, this is a quality voice, and you're paying
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's all. And I guess the bottom line is that when you realize you aren't appreciated, you just sit back.
There you go. Because the people who are willing to pay will pay.
What? I had a woman. One of my friends who are events. She
Event coordinator.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Nadj.
Keep going.
She had these events that she put together for this woman, and the woman asked for a band. Well, initially she was told a particular person that's always performing, my sister, but I'm not gonna say her name, but she knows who she is, and their band. They were busy, so she asked, "Well, who else would you recommend?" She said, "Well, there's only one other person I would recommend."
Right.
And she called me. She said, "Aziza, how much would you charge for 3 hours with full band?" And I asked her, specifically, I said, "Well, do I need to bring, is there a sound engineer? Is there equipment? No, you have to bring the stage, you got to bring the drums.
Oh,
you gotta
Lord.
bring-"
Oh,
And this is normally, it's for, like, imagine the cost of having to have someone do that for you.
Well, they charge
Like,
you
that's-
$375 just for sound.
So, you
And
understand?
that's on a low scale.
So when you ask someone to just show up and do that, that's all the
And
things.
that's just the sound.
here's my favorite. But the exposure.
What exposure?
Never say that to anyone.
Don't you ever say that to me again.
First of all, you've been exposed. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Thank you.
And for real, I feel like I'm interviewing you. What has that done for you, realistically? If you can give me 2 words.
No callback.
That was 2. Call back is 1.
Sorry. Yeah,
And,
that was good.
and the point of me saying that is that it has nothing to do with exposure.
Nope. Because I have sung in front of millions, the entire
Literally.
nation, and I
Literally.
still have people saying to me, "Can you come for free?"
Why?
Exactly.
Why would I do that?
Why would I do? I have children. I have a mortgage. I have a car note.
I need tissue to wipe my...
We're professionals. You're paying someone for a service.
A service.
Yes.
Plain and
yes.
simple. You
And
wouldn't
I'm-
say that to a plumber,
can't
so
go-
don't say
okay.
it to a singer.
No, you would not. And in my instrument, you hear me, right?
Yep.
You hear me? I had a sinus infection, and I still had to do my job.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then even after I did that, I didn't have a voice.
Yep. People underestimate the work that independent artists, and it's not just vocalists.
No, it's a
Art.
musicians.
It's musicians. It's art in general.
Yes,
the
yes.
work that is being put into what makes you happy. That painting on your wall. The work that you're getting outside in your yard.
Yes.
The tuning up your car. All of that is art. All of that is something that has work put into it. But for some reason, there is a disconnect between your brain, your pocket, and respecting me.
And I think that
And my
that's
worth.
And my
where
worth.
you're absolutely right. And I think that that's one of the big problems with traditional record companies and the way that music is consumed now, because it's viewed as something that you can just download an app and hear everything you want all the time, and all the things that go behind that aren't recognized for obvious reasons.
It's not.
Like,
And the artist never sees that money. It always just
Listen.
goes to the highest part person at
this
the top.
is exactly why I don't care about the Spotify. Like, at one point there was this trend during COVID where everyone was like, oh, posting how many streams was on Spotify.
Yeah, I
and
saw
stuff.
that too. Yeah.
I'm like, y'all do realize
it don't mean nothing.
y'all ain't getting nothing.
Where's your money?
You gonna get
Mm-hmm.
$1 for a
But
million
where's your
streams, I
money?
bet.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't mean, I could care less because it doesn't do anything for me. Nothing. Yeah, your name's out there. Again, with the exposure thing, there are so many people who have had exposure and are still struggling.
Imagine if a plumber came to your house
You and these plumbers.
and instead you said, I'm not going to pay you, but I'm going to put you on Facebook Live and you'll get lots of exposure
I'll let everyone
for the
know.
work you're
But
doing
let
at my
them know
house.
that you fixed my
Yeah,
pipe.
this
Yeah.
guy's good right here. 1 million people saw it.
You
just
want
put
your
in
pipes
3
clean?
hours.
Come
Call
to
him.
him.
Yeah. They saw you do it. There's some exposure for you, Bill.
I'm
All right.
I'm tickled. I'm so tickled. Listen.
I'm gonna try that at the grocery store.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that at the grocery store.
Exactly.
So I just rode past. I just like, that's Nadj and Jay.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
then I get out. I see I said, oh, they working.
You already know,
Anything you need to
girl.
plug or talk about you got going on in these shows?
No.
Okay, just
No.
making sure.
But
mean,
I will
I-
say, community love on her.
Wait. Did we get you locked in for Sharita, Dr. Sharita?
Oh, yeah, I am good.
So,
That's on July 15th.
Yes,
Tell the
she's
people.
I
going to
want to
be
sing Rise Up.
singing. No.
Right?
She is going to bless us all
Okay.
with her beautiful, flawless rendition of "Rise Up" for the Brown Girls Rock Girl Rise Up event on July 15th. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, for you, your kids, your aunt, your grandma, your mom, everybody in your family,
Needs to
and
do.
your neighbor, get them now because you do not want to miss this motivational, beautiful, talented woman's rendition.
Thank
I
you.
prefer her rendition over all the ones I've heard before, and I mean that. So,
'Cause it
look at
comes
me,
from
look
here.
at me,
It
all
comes
these
from
great
here.
voices.
Yes.
We know people.
I always say it's all God, you guys.
Oh yes,
That's all
we're
God.
vessels.
Yes.
That's it.
I just allow him to use me. I'm grateful,
Yes,
and that's it.
I
That's all
love
got.
it. All right, I think we should end the show here because there's nothing else that needs to be said. I mean, we were blessed with 2 beautiful, strong Black women today, and I love it. Jay,
Look at how lucky I am. Look where I get to sit all day. I got a lawyer.
I liked your video
Choose-
too, Jay.
Which one?
when he was humming
Yes.
his
It-
Morehouse
I don't
video.
know. I don't know why I liked it. I can't really give you a word, but I loved it.
I appreciate that.
I just was like,
No.
I'm trying to hum with
Shut
it.
up, take the compliment, and end the show.
Amen.
Thank you.
I love y'all. I love you. I love you.
Love you. Love
Peace and
y'all.
love.
Bye.
Aziza. Okay.